everything will get fixed once we expand the bracket, which we all know it won't. There's a whole lot going on about this, right? And, man, so Florida State goes to play their football game. And what was the name of the bowl? Do you remember the name of the actual bowl?
It was the Capital One Orange Bowl.
Okay, yes, Capital One Orange Bowl, and we were really looking for Florida State to make a statement to let people know, hey man, we're up against Georgia, who we know is a good team, but we're gonna make a statement. At least that's what I was thinking. I don't know about you, Mark.
I mean, we all knew the main reason why they weren't selected for the semifinal matchups, which is their quarterback, who's arguably their best star, had been out, so like they had a unproven quantity there. But a lot of other players, from the time that the Bulls were announced to the game itself,
21. I think I heard like 21 players.
Yeah. So
which was drastic. I mean,
it's a whole different team at that point.
Yeah, and it totally changed the trajectory of this game. Florida State got their ass whipped. The committee, of course, they did their evil Senator Palpatine laugh. They did, even though it wasn't fair at all. But yeah. Which Mark, I want to talk about this a little bit because the Florida State game wasn't the only game that was affected by players opting out.
Yeah. Right?
It was just about every damn bowl game.
Yep. Every single one.
And significant. I mean, like, we just talked about the football, the quarterback. This was happening all over the place.
Yep.
Gosh, who was it that stepped in? Oh, jeez, the LSU game. I had money on that game, okay?
Did you?
Yes, and I shit a big one when I realized this kid was not playing and that they, put this other guy in that hadn't played in a couple of years. I mean, luckily for me, I don't know, I feel like God's on my side this year because I'm off to a great start in 2024. The kid did well and pulled it out, but this is going on all over the place, okay? Of course, there's some asshole bettors out there. I am not one of those people, but who get upset, at these student athletes when they opt not to play in these games because they have money on it, blah, blah, blah. All right, Mark, I would like to know, what are your feelings on this subject? Do you get pissed off that, these players say, hey, I am draft worthy, I'm not taking a chance, or, I'm not playing this game for whatever reason? Or are you of the school of thought that it's, hey, it's their choice. This is a business decision. They could do what they want to do.
I guess overall it's one of those things that I could see every aspect of it and appreciate it for what it is. Yeah. But this year just got so ridiculous. I know Arizona had several players that didn't play because they had already opted out because they were entering the transfer portal, didn't want any possibility of getting injured before going to a new school. I can understand if guys sit because they're gonna go to the draft, and they got money on the line at that point. But that should be 5 players tops every year, not 28 players
21.
for a single team. That's 4 touchdowns right there.
Ultimately, just playing the devil's advocate here because we're always. I feel like at Just a Bit Outside, we're always for the players. Student athletes, right?
Yeah.
We always support them. We want them to get their just due and everything. But, like Mark, like when you say that, like 21 players here, 28 players there, you watering down your product a little bit by allowing this?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm just, like I said, we're just playing devil's advocate here. This that game, that Georgia Florida State game, that had all the potentials to be a really exciting game, and it just was it just wasn't that at all.
And I think that's one of the biggest problems with the NCAA formula or product or whatever it is that the NCAA itself doesn't actually like oversee these bowl games. The bowl games are all independent, and the NCAA they control the regular season. So whatever happens once that regular season is done, that's entirely other things. So it's not like the NCAA could say, well, after the championship game is when you guys can declare for the portal or declare for the draft. The NCAA just needs to figure out some sort of control mechanism for that, because it does water down the product.
Yeah. I mean, lots of you don't want to change the trajectory of the game that much.
Exactly.
You really don't. So I mean, we all know that Michigan came out on top. Big shout out to them. Washington came out on top. Big shout out to them. That game will be going down which will be the championship between number 2 Washington, 14-0 versus number 1 Michigan, also undefeated. Monday, January 8th at 7:30. I watched both games in its entirety. Mark, did you watch both or either?
I caught most of the Michigan game. I think it was on at the same time as wrestling, so you know me, I'm flipping back and forth.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's decent, because that's kind of what I wanted to really what I wanted to focus on. Let me ask you first. I mean, have you gave enough thought to pick a winner for tonight? I mean, this could be the first easy money pick.
I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't get to see enough of the Washington game.
Okay, and that's fair. But do you mind if I just give my little my little tea?
Go ahead.
For the outsiders. Okay. I was a Michigan believer from the beginning. I took them on the money without blinking. I also took Washington on the money without blinking. I know a lot of people were looking for Texas to win that game. Like I said, I watched both games in its entirety. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the first easy money pick for tonight. I would take Michigan on the money line. If you want to mess with the spread, shave that joker down till about I think it's 2.5. You can shave it down to like 2.5, because they can very well win by a field goal. What this game is going to come down to is a really good, high potent offense in Washington versus a Michigan defense, Mark, that to me look like the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I'm not saying that they are the Baltimore Ravens, because I know how y'all like to tear people up on the internet and social media, but they have a lot of Baltimore Ravens characteristics. This Michigan game. That poor Jalen Milroe, I think he got his ass sacked about 5 or 6 times. The bulk of them coming in the first half. I mean, they were really getting after the quarterback. When it came down to the end of the game, it went into overtime, and college football does this weird ass overtime setup. I'm not even going to explain it to you.
I love their overtime.
I do too, but it's a weird ass kind of setup. But their defense showed up, shut them down at the goal line. I mean, and to me, Mark, one of my things in my little handbook for our bettors, defense wins. Take defense every time. Defense gets the big job done, right? So I think that's what's going to happen on Monday. So I'm telling you guys, go ahead. If take Michigan -2.5 if you want to be able to enjoy the game and not be biting your nails down to the nubs. Go ahead and take Michigan on the money. I do believe they're going to get that job done.
Hell yeah.
All right. What do we got? What do we got next, homie?
Let's see.
Well, what would you like to talk about next? We can do basketball. We can talk Ravens. We can do playoff scenarios.
Well, I mean, I think there was some breaking news within the hour.
Oh yeah, might as well. Hell, what's going on around town? We didn't even do that shit. So how about that? How about you break that for us?
Well, it's official. I know there's been rumors and scuttlebutt for, I don't know, greater part of the last week.
Yes.
But the Jets did release Dalvin Cook, and the Ravens scooped him up. Like I said, within the last hour, the signing has been confirmed, and they even posted a little on social media. I'm not sure if it was on the Ravens site or one of the players, but Zay Flowers and Dalvin Cook had a selfie out there together. And, there's a dude that put up 1,000-yard seasons last 4 seasons in a row, and we all know the Jets is a horribly mismanaged organization, so we will welcome him and make this playoff push.
Yeah, I think we've made a couple of jokes about how the Jets and the Ravens just love to trade players.
Oh God, yeah.
Right, and I can't remember. Is this Cook's second time with us? Was he on the practice squad or something before?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking that, but we lost Mitchell. We knew that was a big deal, right? And this is, I really felt like our guys were getting the job done. I mean, Gus Edwards was getting the job done.
Yep.
But, I mean, he's kind of been struggling a little bit. And we also had, Justice Hill was a little bit smaller, and Melvin Gordon, who's just doing the damn thing. It would be nice to have a RB with Cook's caliber to complement Big Gus, the bus.
Oh, yeah.
So good pickup for the Ravens. And, I mean, how about them Ravens? I mean, in the 4-1-0, we've had some pretty good holiday stretch, did we not? Christmas was fantastic. New Year's Eve was great. I mean, took down some major opponents, solidified Lamar's MVP. I feel like our wish list, did we check some items off of that joint? I think they came there, I think we did that.
He secured his second MVP. Are you saying he's quarterbacky enough?
Yo, you beat me to it because I was going to squeeze quarterbacky somewhere up in there because that is my favorite bullshit word of 2024 so far. Quarterbacky. You guys will come up with anything. You just stop it. Stop it. Quarterbacky. I fucking hate people. But, yeah, man. I mean, they're looking so good. And so we got the big wins, right?
Oh, yeah.
We quote-unquote beat
win.
the shit out of San Francisco. And, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there were people out there that thought we were going to slow down against the Miami Dolphins last week, but we actually did the opposite and beat them down worse than we beat down the 49ers. So we secure this number 1 seed. We secure this first round bye. And now we have the great debate of the first round. Okay? And you know what it is, Mark, right? Is it better to have the first round bye, or do you want would you rather have your team play, keep the momentum going, not have to worry about the rust factor? And outside of, I'd love to hear your opinions on this as well. Mark, what's your thoughts, bro?
Well, I think you do want that first round bye. That way, if all those nagging injuries, you can rest them up and everything. And I know we're gonna have a discussion later about it, but what you don't want is a 2-week bye.
Yeah. I agree with you, Mark, and especially now that we picked up this extra piece with Dalvin. Hey, why not just have that little extra bit of time to get him acclimated, to prepare and to plan and whatnot. I'm totally with it. I don't. I don't want to say that I don't believe in rust, because I know that it exists, but I don't believe in it for this team.
Yeah.
He has so many weapons, and I swear to goodness, we were all very much hurt when Mark Andrews went down, but I think that might have been the best thing to happen to Lamar Jackson, because, he's forced to use other options. The offensive coordinator is forced to look in other directions, and it's been working. It's been working. I don't think we've really missed Mark Andrews much at all. Doesn't mean that we don't love him. Let me say that,
and he might be back for the playoffs too. So
yeah. If he comes back, they would just kiss this whole thing goodbye. Just kiss it goodbye. Yeah. But let's talk about this weekend. We got a game on Saturday. It's looking like it's one to be reminiscent of a Snowmageddon.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I was thinking about going, but then when I heard about the upcoming forecast, I'm too old to be outside that shit. Standing in line, I'm pretty sure I can lock my club level down, but I don't even want to stand in line. Right. So treat myself to a nice big TV, put it on the wall. I'll stay my ass in the house. And I'm pretty sure you're feeling me too on that one, Mark.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about resting players and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure this is what you're referring to when you said potential 2-week rest. Lamar Jackson not play. Am I correct here with saying not playing at all?
You are correct. They're resting.
Because I know it was for a hot second. Oh, maybe he'll play a quarter, but then I thought that was the last thing I heard, that we're going to have Tyler Huntley, who we know can come and get the job done. He's done it before.
Yeah. He's
done it before. So, Mark made reference of a possible, imminent 2-week rest. Let's talk about that. How do you feel? What is your confidence level for the squad on Saturday, who is playing a Pittsburgh team that has managed to resurrect old helmet on the head? What's his name? Mason Rudolph. How you feeling about Saturday?
As a rivalry game,
yeah.
Just because we're not playing Lamar, and I assume they probably want to rest Roquan Smith and some other key players.
Sure.
Not too good. And the Steelers, they're going to be fighting their ass off because they still have a chance at the playoffs. So, I'm not going to go easy money that we're going to lose, but
Doug, how about this? Can we just go easy money and take the hold on, let me check this. Have you had a chance to take a look at the spread for oh, here we go.
Not since
shit. I'm sorry guys.
Gotta love that reaction. Can't wait to see it.
You know what I'm about to say, right?
Is it a double-digit spread?
No, but It's funny enough. I mean, it's Pittsburgh -4. It's Pittsburgh -4. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Easy money. Take the Steelers on the money line. God damn it. It hurts me to say that. But that's what I'm feeling. I mean, are you in agreement with me? Are you ready to jump on that ledge with me?
Probably.
Or do you know what? I'm gonna leave this in your hands, Mark.
I think I'd be more comfortable taking the under on the total points.
Okay. Hey, look at God. Look at Mark. Let's do that.
That's only 35.5.
Yeah. How about this? How about we forget what Major Keish just said? She was, a little off for a second there. Let's do this. How about we bump that up to 37.5, and we say easy money on the under? How about that?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. See what, teamwork makes the fucking dream work, baby. Okay, so yeah, I'm with you. It's going to be a tough one, and then you throw the elements up in there. Not many points going to be scored at all. Mason Rudolph did good last week. Mark, you did say they're most likely going to rest some people, but our defense is it's good through and through.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the second, third stringers, let's not forget that this is the preseason champions here. Like, we don't lose, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nice low scoring affair. That sounds good. I like that a whole lot.
So, if Lamar's a healthy scratch, like, who's going to be the backup quarterback? Just in case Tyler Huntley. Who's it, like? Is it still Josh? What's his name?
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
No, yeah.
Is he still?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I don't know if he's. I mean, it's been so crazy. Like, and for like the past 2-3 seasons, we've been in these situations where we had to know who the third string quarterback was, right?
And the fourth sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like this year, there's been no mention of these Bamas whatsoever. So I'm gonna be honest with you, outsiders. I don't know who the hell they got. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Completely.
I would still like to see Lamar get like a series, just to like be in a game, work an actual game, a quarter, a series, something.
That's fair because I mean, we talk about 1 week is one thing as far as rust factor is concerned. You throw week number 2 in there, I'm pretty sure there's like some type of probability that increases substantially.
Oh yeah.
That week.
From the last game that they played against the Dolphins to the divisional game, which will be the next game Lamar plays, it'll be 19 days between games.
Holy crap!
That's a big layoff.
Yes. Since we're talking about this last week, how about we do a couple of important scenarios here in the NFL, and a lot of them are in the AFC, right? Because we have a lot of AFC madness going down. First things first, all right, and I think this is going to be probably one of the best games of the weekend. Do you know where I'm going with this one?
Yeah, AFC East.
Bills Dolphins.
Bills Dolphins, yeah.
Yes, my man, my favorite slice of pizza, always on point. We got 10-6 Bills, who some people are saying surging. They're calling them surging. I don't look at that shit as surging because they're finally starting to play like how they're supposed to have been playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, am I being too hard on the people with that one?
That's perfect.
All Okay, all right, cool. Against the Dolphins team that is getting their ass whipped with the injury bug, and at home, licking their wounds after that Baltimore beatdown. We got Buffalo -3. We know that Chubb, which is a very important piece for the Dolphins, is out with injuries. They've got lots of injuries on offense. Buffalo -3. I mean, are we? Is there anybody out there that's going to take the Dolphins? Like, I feel like that -3 spread is a perfect gimme. But who knows? The real Josh Allen might show up again.
That's true.
And it's very true. Dolphins defense is still pretty decent. Last time I checked.
Yeah.
We started to open it up at the end of the first half, like the tail end of the first half, and into the second half. But those first couple of series, there were a couple people out there that were probably side eyeing the Ravens the way that Dolphins game started. But how you feeling about this matchup? I mean, me personally, I'm loving the Buffalo -3.
Yeah. Trying to look it up. Okay, so the last time they played was week 4, and the Bills won 48-20. Of course, that was in Buffalo, and they're very different teams now. Man, like the Dolphins, they'll beat someone's ass, then they'll take a big loss too. So I think that the Bills are getting that momentum and that consistency right at the right time.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go Bills on this one.
You said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll go the Bills on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. And this is has significance because, like I said, this is the battle for the East.
Yeah.
Right. So both teams. There were a lot of high expectations, especially in the beginning of the year, for both squads, and I think more pressure put on the Miami Dolphins than the Buffalo Bills. So both teams are going to want to walk away with something going into the playoffs, right? So we're going to see a battle, but I do think ultimately the Bills will turn out on top.
And tell me the NFL doesn't have a script for every year, because
I don't know how the hell they do it. I'm telling you,
that's the Sunday night game. Come on.
Yeah, come on. It's got to be witchcraft. Another big one with potential and playoff stipulation. Browns and Bengals.
Yep.
Oh, Joe Flacco. Oh my goodness. Oh, Joe Flacco is the one guy we don't want to see in the postseason. Bullshit. But let's talk about the Browns Bengals. Okay. This spread is surprising to me. Okay. You got Cincinnati -7. What the hell? What's happening? Did that not raise your eyebrows?
Man, those people in the sports books know something. So either
something has got to be wrong. Is Joe Flacco not playing?
Someone's getting ready to make some money on that game.
Right, because I do not see in the hells of all hells why you would put the Cincinnati Bengals as a 7-point favorite. That is way too many points. But like Mark said, there's something going on here.
Oh.
What's that? You got a comment?
Harry says Joe isn't playing in that game.
I knew it. I said that. I was like, is he not playing? Because I know how these lines are like. I know how Vegas likes to play in our face. Oh, man. Well, that just throws a whole monkey wrench on the conversation we were about to have.
So, oh, wait.
Who is playing?
Okay, so yeah, about 2 hours ago, the AP had a story: Browns sitting Joe Flacco, other top players versus Bengals to be rested for playoffs.
Oh, well, man,
Damn.
I don't blame him. Well, okay, let's not talk about that. I'm not going to waste y'all's time with that one. You only got a little bit of time left here. Let me scroll, scroll. Jaguars, Titans. You guys go ahead and get Jacksonville on the money line. They're fighting for their lives as well. Uh,
Colts and Texans. They're fighting
Colts.
for
Yeah,
playoff.
Colts,
Yeah.
Texans. Um, okay, yeah, you know what? That's a damn good one. CJ Stroud is back and in full effect. Gardner Minshew's doing the damn thing. Like Mark said, both fighting for their lives. Very tight spread, very accurate spread. Houston -1.5 as they are on the road in Indianapolis. Over under 47.5. Give the people an easy money pick.
I'll go Indy on that game.
Wow, we're gonna be opposite sides of the ball. Major Keisha's saying take them Texans. So Mark, you like the Colts on the money line?
What's the spread? 1.5.
You might as well say money line.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another one. You know, it's another one of my my rules. We don't do 1.5. We pick winners on those
that's
situations.
That's a coin toss flip for me right there.
Yeah, and how about this? How do you feel about the over on this? Some points being scored.
What's the over?
47.5.
Damn.
We can take that. We can take that thing down to. We take it down to 45.5. I mean, I'm liking the over. I'm liking the over 47.5. Honestly,
that's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, but you know, both of these quarterbacks like to throw that ball.
Yeah.
And if they get into a rhythm, especially Gardner Minshew, there's gonna be some points scored here. It sounds like we're on the opposite side of the ball for this one too. I like the over, guys. Or are you just gonna tap out of this one?
See, I'm not making any of these easy money picks. These are just throwing it at the wall and hoping it sticks.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I'll stick with the Colts just because it's at home.
Okay.
If you're saying go over on that money line on that over under, I'll stick with you.
Okay, my man. All right, let's talk about some. Let's do two more matchups. Trying to find something that's significant enough to talk about. Broncos Raiders. You want to do it? Even though I'm high key pissed off at the Broncos right now.
Yeah. I mean,
these are two teams that are for real like shit. They're shit, and they really shouldn't be in anybody's playoff conversation. But, alas, here we go. We all know that Russell Wilson has been benched for the remainder of the season. They brought this new kid in. He got a win against the absolutely lowly bottom feeders of the LA Chargers. The Raiders are... they still got that, what's his name, O'Connell guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, O'Connell, Aiden O'Connell.
Right.
He's in there. The Raiders, they also have, a couple of pieces, missing, on the offense. A lot of questionables there. Jermaine Eleanor, who's their guard, is pretty decent. Tight end Josh Jacobs is tight end Michael Meyer, questionable. Josh Jacobs, running back, big piece of the offense, questionable. However, the deal is, spread is. I just had it. Okay, Las Vegas Raiders -3. I've called on all my prayer warriors for the Broncos to lose last week. Maybe it'll happen. I really did. I'm so pissed off at that. Maybe it'll happen this week. I mean, I think this is an easy. Actually, no, I don't even want to say this is an easy money pick. Me personally, I'm going to go with the money line with the Ravens just because I want the Broncos to lose, and my heart is just totally in the way. But I'm going to let it do it. How you feeling about this matchup?
I mean, I can't ever want the Broncos to lose.
Yeah, I know. That's why I picked this. I know this is like your alternate team.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Raiders at some point, like, they're still flying high off that huge win on the Chargers. They beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day.
Yes.
And they won their last game too, right? What was it?
Mm-hmm.
No, they lost to the Colts.
The Raiders?
Yeah. On New Year's Eve.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
But I think they're still flying high. Like they still got that adrenaline from some pretty big wins this last month. And it's at home. And I think their interim coach. There's a lot of talk of who the next coach will be for the Raiders. A lot of players have spoken on the interim coach, whose name it just escapes me right now, but that
Andre something.
Yeah, that he should be the head coach moving forward.
And I'm for him as well.
Absolutely, the dude has just rocked it.
Andre Pierce.
Pierce, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I think the Raiders have a lot more to play for at that point, trying to secure Pierce the bag.
Absolutely. You brought up the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think this is a good transition for jumping off the gridiron and jumping onto the hard court of basketball. You talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, and one of the questions for tonight. I'm kind of springing this one on you, but there's been a lot of talk in the NBA headlines, okay, about the in-season tournament champs, Los Angeles Lakers. Problems in the locker room, problems with the head coach, who, Mark, I'm not a fan of. I did not like this guy. I was not pulling for him when they were making this decision. And, quite frankly, have not looked like any type of champion or tournament winner at all ever since putting the banner in the rafters over there at Crypto.com. Man, and we're talking also about a Kansas City Chiefs team who we are seeing characteristics that we've never seen before. Also having problems with coaching. I mean, I'm pretty sure, Mark, you've seen the clip of Andy Reid giving Kelsey the ghetto want to start something shoulder. You've got Patrick Mahomes going the hell off on anybody that will listen. Which team is imploding worse, in your opinion? Like, who's got the bigger shit hitting the fan? Is it the Kansas City Chiefs, or is it the Los Angeles Lakers? Please, outsiders, if you'd love to chime in on this, I would like to see that, hear and see that as well.
For now, I'll say the Lakers are the biggest mess. Which I got a notification on my phone this morning. I think it was Stephen A. said that the players disappeared on LeBron and AD. What is this team? I still gotta watch that clip, but
LeBron's about to do some of his best work. I'm telling you.
Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Kelsey and everyone else, they've said it's the passion of the game, and there's nothing behind it. And I'll say that does happen in games. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now, because it really hasn't happened with this team. I mean, they're frustrated.
Right.
Ever since game one, those receivers have been dropping balls, and they're the most dropped balls in the league. So I can understand frustration, especially for Patty Mahomes right there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think they're like I said, benefit of the doubt because it hasn't happened before. But I'll say for them it's frustration, whereas for the Lakers it's just a complete cluster.
Okay. That's reparable. That's cool. And I think I'd have to agree with you because, to me, ultimately, what it comes down to is who do you think has the better chance at being able to bounce back, come out of it? And I don't think it's the Lakers.
Oh no. Yeah.
We got 2 NBA games tonight. We got the Bucks at the Spurs. You guys, the Bucks should annihilate the Spurs, even though I would like to have a conversation maybe next week about the Bucks because I do not like what the hell is going on over there. And I'm starting to question this Damian Lillard trade. I really am.
Really?
Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit offline about that. That's, the Bucks are like the big brother to the San Antonio Spurs. I'm not expecting the Spurs to win tonight, but the second game against the Nuggets and the Warriors is a little bit more interesting. The Warriors have been faring like pretty decently in life after Draymond. I feel like Life After Draymond. Doesn't that sound like a Lifetime movie network special or something like that?
Oh my God.
Doesn't it though?
A Lifetime movie, man. Domestic violence ain't nothing to joke about, but here's the woman that pulled herself up by the bootstraps after getting away from the abusive man. See?
Yep. I think we can do an easy money pick on this. The Denver's minus 3.5 over the Golden State Warriors. We all know about Joker. Nikola Jokic is fantastic. We all know about the Denver Nuggets as a whole. That's a pretty big team. They're still a pretty big team. With the Warriors missing their pit bull. Yeah. Still. Are you liking Denver as an easy money pick?
Yeah, Denver's.
I'll even take the 3.5 points. Like honestly, I feel like Denver should win handedly.
Yep, and Bucks Spurs. That was what was it, like a 10-point spread?
It was like 11 the last time I checked. That's why I didn't give it too much.
I say both of them on the point spreads.
Yeah, I didn't want to give it too much love. They not only is Draymond Green out, but a couple of games ago, gosh, I can't remember who they were playing against, but Gary Payton II also was injured, so he won't be available for the game. I think that will be also another factor. I do want to give one shout-out really quickly, if I could, to a member of the Warriors organization. Kuminga's been doing pretty decent. I feel like he stepped up in a good way.
Yeah.
And they'll be looking to go to him tonight, like I said, against a pretty huge Denver Nuggets team. In the last few minutes, I'd like to address some of these comments, if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, because I was gonna go there too.
Okay, first things first. We talked about the Denver Broncos. We have a comment. Who do you think the Broncos will get to replace Russell Wilson? This is your squad. What do you think they're going to do?
Well, first, I really wonder where Russell is at head-wise right now.
Get me the hell out of here. He's got to be.
It's been a few days. I read a interview with him a couple days after the move was made. And it wasn't that they were displeased with him for his benching. It's that it was a contract issue.
Yeah.
Like, it was a purely money move. In March, if he passes a physical, I believe, that they owe him so much money, et cetera, et cetera. And the Broncos want to get out of paying that.
Right. That's that. I mean, to me, it's wrong.
and
It's wrong.
in that interview, Russ, like, he had said, like, like his focus was being the Broncos quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, even mentioned next season, like that's where his focus is now. Which we all know the athletes talk a certain way to the media.
Oh, of course they do.
His inner monologue might have been saying "F this team."
Right.
But,
Coaches too. Coaches too. We've seen it.
Yeah. That's an article I read. I wish it was video so you could like see his demeanor.
Right.
But as for who they could get to replace him, like, dude, you just hope they get really lucky in the draft, because
I'm about to say, I mean, what the hell? They're hitting the draft like a mug.
Yeah. There's which, did they even have any draft picks for the next 5 years? They gave him up for Sean Payton.
Not any good ones.
They gave him up for Sean Payton, and they gave him up for Russell.
Yes, yes. Like, and so I think we are both pretty confident in saying, and when we refer to quote unquote hitting the draft, I'm talking second, third round.
Yeah.
Because of this, again, because of the decisions that this front office has made. It's, I mean, I know it's your second squad, but it's a cluster F of a situation over there, dude.
Oh yeah.
It really is.
And I always loved Russ up in Seattle. I wasn't happy with the trade per se, not because Russ is Russ, but because that's like the Broncos' modus operandi, like going after the aged quarterback.
Yeah.
They weren't going to get the Super Bowl like they did with Payton. So
right.
They need to save those draft picks and do well in the draft and get someone that they could use as a franchise QB for more than 3 years.
Yeah. Agreed. Let's go back and forth with the comments. Did you see a comment that you'd like to address?
Yeah, there's
sure.
There's one from Harry, of course, and it kind of goes hand in hand with another comment that he said earlier. He said, "What do you think will happen with Eric Bieniemy next year? Do you think he goes and becomes the OC for Steelers?" Which earlier in the comments he said that he believes that Russell Wilson will end up with the Steelers next year unless they choose to draft in the second round.
Okay, so there's a lot of pieces to this.
So that kind of makes me think Bieniemy and Russ with the Steelers,
yeah,
together, that might be an interesting combination.
Yeah, and I think Bieniemy is definitely going to be able to move.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I really hope that I think he'll have a better shot with the Steelers, but for some reason I just got a feeling that that they're just going to finish this guy off. Like, it just seems like they are gunning to destroy this guy for some reason, and that he's going to end up with the Commanders or the Falcons. I just really, that's how I feel. But for the sake of success, I would love to see him go to the Steelers, but then I'd have to hate him. So maybe I would have to go with I'm pulling for him to go anywhere but the Steelers. Like, I actually like Russell Wilson.
And we all know he's never going to get a head coaching job at this point. Like, what the hell? Man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at the top of the list, they say. Or,
yeah.
I think fans, definitely.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we all know the hot rumor the last few weeks has been Mike McDonald of the Ravens going to the Commanders. So.
Gosh. And that could very well be the deal, too. We just love to... I mean, we do so damn good, it's impossible to hold on. We talk about that shit every year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually the next comment that I was going to read. Do we have any other comments on the YouTube feed or Facebook there?
Let's see. I think we hit them all.
Yeah. Well, the best ones. Questions.
Yeah.
Texans gonna knock Colts out of playoffs. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. Okay, let me take a look at this. We ordered all of our items. Menu here.
Whoa.
Is there anything that you want to throw in there, homie? You said you were watching some wrestling over the holiday. Did you want to do a reel on wrestling this episode, or you want to table that the next week?
All I'm gonna say is this week is like the WWE's made a focus of like New Year's extravaganza or whatever. I forget what their branding of it is. Monday Night Raw was excellent on Monday. Tuesday's NXT was great. Yesterday they did like a 2023 Best of the Bump, which is like their internet show. And tonight at 8 o'clock they'll be live on Peacock with kind of a Best of 2023, and Triple H supposedly has a major announcement, so we'll have to see what happens there. And then SmackDown tomorrow. It's gonna be great. So tune in, check it out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be tonight, Baltimore. You know how we end this show. Spread love, yo. It's a new year, but let's keep that love going. How about it? Give hugs. As I said earlier, share that link, share that love. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Can't stress that enough. I will never stop saying it. I'm hearing that the hospitals are starting to fill up with flu, COVID, all those nasty germs that we don't want to have. So let's keep it clean, folks. I am Keisha, your favorite host of the evening, and on the other end of the line is my favorite slice of pizza, Mark, and we are just a bit outside. Happy New Year, you guys, and have a great weekend. Peace.